Hey folks, it's me again. It's been a while since I've made a video, and I apologize for that. Anyways, over the past few months, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding police brutality, police abuse. With the recent events in South Carolina, I just thought it'd be appropriate to go ahead and make a video. First and foremost, I'm sorry for my appearance. I'm getting ready for work. I got a few minutes here, so I'm trying to bang this out real quick. I want to say that I supported the officer's actions up until the point that he threw her across the floor. When you're effecting an arrest with a subject that's actively resisting, it's never going to be pretty. Whether it's a teenager, whether it's an adult, whether it's a senior citizen, it's not going to be a pretty sight. It's got to be quick, it's got to be swift, and it's got to be effective. And sometimes it just comes off looking very violent. The goal is to take the person into custody without anybody getting injured. So up to the point that he threw the teenager across the floor, I would say he was all right. I want to go back to a time in my history where I was a police officer in Laurel, Prince George's County, Maryland. And I want to tell you the end of the story first because I think this is going to shed some light on some things. But I want you to envision an apartment complex. It's a summer afternoon, school just let out, kids are walking home. There's a black teenager, male, jogging through the apartment complex, and here comes Mr. White police officer, tackles him from behind, throws him on the ground, is giving him commands to put his hands behind his back. Teenager is screaming, "I didn't do anything, leave me alone, get off of me." The officer is successful in getting the teenager into handcuffs and walks him to the nearest police car and takes him off to the station. Now, for somebody who didn't know what led up to that, that looks pretty bad. And I can see that as a police officer. I can see that. However, the beginning of the story starts off with the local high school called us and said, "Hey, there's a stolen car in or there's a suspicious vehicle in our parking lot." We went to investigate. Turns out that it was a stolen vehicle. So we decided to sit and watch the vehicle and see who gets in it. And from that point, we could make an arrest and determine who stole the vehicle. And ultimately get the vehicle back to the rightful owner. So the school lets out. Several teenagers walk up to the car. They get in it, and they start backing out. Well, we go in and try to move in. They're able to sneak out, get onto the road, and high-speed pursuit ensues. So we end up chasing these kids through some rural downtown areas of the city, outside the city limits, and they get them into a dead-end road where there's nowhere else for them to go. And they jump out of the car while it's still moving. So yeah, this a car with no driver just cruising down the street by itself. Very dangerous situation. By the way, the white officer was me. I jump out of my car and engage in a foot pursuit with the driver. He runs through a field, through a stream, up an embankment, through a small tree line, and once he gets across the tree line, you guessed it, it's an apartment complex. And that's where the first part of the story picks up. I'm in a foot pursuit with the subject. He's running, I'm running. I'm catching up a little bit, but we're kind of running at the same pace. So he starts slowing down, and I dig in with my last bit of energy I've got. And I run up and tackle him. And to me, that was the best option at the time. Was it excessive? I don't think so. Was he hurt? No, not at all. Was he taken into custody without any further injuries? Yes, absolutely. Was there cameras around at that time? No. Had there been, would I be in trouble? I don't know, honestly. And that's what scares me. When I don't condone police abuse at all. Excessive force, you have to draw the line. There has to be an amount of force that's authorized. There has to be. We have to be permitted to make an arrest or take action when action needs to be taken. But at the same time, we can't let our emotions get involved to the point that we're throwing kids across the room because we're frustrated that they're hitting us and disobeying us and being disobedient. Our job isn't to discipline. Our job is to make an arrest. And sometimes that appears to be violent. Man, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Let's just be safe out there, and I hope you guys can gain a little bit from this. You know, what you see at the very end of the part that you see, especially in these online videos, you only see the end of it. You don't see the parts that led up to it. So, all right, I'm over 5 minutes, so I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. Thank you guys so much. Share the video, like the video, comment on the video. Any more questions, feel free to contact me. I'd love to talk to you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.